totally ready. We were just waiting for the bottle of water. And now we're live.
Thomas, we're live.
Alright. Probably wondering why this is not Garrett and this is Rob. That'd be a good question. I don't know.
How do we know Garrett's not here?
How do we know he's not here? I looked.
Did you look everywhere?
I looked down here. Not everywhere. For those of you who don't know, my name's Rob. This is will be soon Thomas.
My friend.
And
The phone looks like it said a
say
name.
hi to Jess.
Elijah.
You're such a traitor.
I had to do it.
Hold on. We gotta set this thing straight.
Let's set it
How's the
straight.
look? How's the look?
I didn't even shave today.
I think
Did you?
I don't know if you guys noticed on the thumbnail, but we kind of went caveman a little bit, so I had to. That one, well, you just are a caveman.
Thank you. Are you implying that I'm a man of caves?
If that's what you want to.
How do you click on that one?
Let's click
You
on it.
have
So I just want to be able to see the stuff.
Right, so we usually pull it up here.
Let me just. Whoops.
So you
it a
can see
touch
the
screen?
comments and stuff
Yeah,
too.
it's
It's
pretty
just magic.
modern technology.
Oh.
Right.
Something over here is also making noise, Thomas. I'm going to ask you a question, Robert, while he's
Me?
doing that.
Wait, who are you asking a question?
We have 16 people watching.
Robert.
He's not here.
Nathan Katz, what's up, man?
Robert.
Jessica.
Ryan Hood wanted to know, how do you determine a marketing price for snakes, especially if it is a rare or a world first?
I usually just flip a coin. Put a couple of mounts on it, see what happens.
So where do you get those couple amounts from?
I flip another coin to get those. It's a very detailed process.
We walked in on him flipping at least 6 coins before.
Yeah.
And that's when we came up with the cow price.
It was fairly easy once we narrowed down all the coins. No, honestly, the best advice I could give you is experience. If you don't have the experience, go on Morph Market, look at pricing for mainlands. Don't look at the pricing for the dwarves on there and super dwarves on there. And just kind of, guess.
Get at least like a
That's
window,
really what
you're
it is.
saying. Get like a range.
Yeah, I mean, if you know that a normal sells for 400 and you know that a Motley sells for 800, well, a tiger isn't as desirable as a Motley in some cases. Some people would argue differently, but in my mind, that's the way it works. So the tiger is going to be a little bit less than the Motley. And you just kind of go from there. Once you know a couple of prices, you just kind of figure out. Did you just zoom in on yourself?
No, I zoomed in on the chat.
Look at him.
I'm
He's
zooming
zooming
in on the
himself.
chat. I'm zooming in on the chat so you can see. Hold on. Hey, see? Look. What's up, Zach Miller? What's up, PD's Reptile? Herb Diversity. Bob Evans.
Oh.
Ed H.
Woo, Bob Evans.
He said Ed
I
H
love
said
that
then add a
place.
couple of zeros. Well, that's Garrett's pricing.
I see how you quickly made it about what Jess usually reads.
I just like being able to read
You're
it.
taking my job, Thomas.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to prove that I was zooming in on that instead of myself.
Jess.
Except you.
There's
was
okay.
on
Now
the
we know it's Justin. Hey, what up, Justin? Family Jewels. Right? That's Justin.
So this is gonna be
Justin
trouble.
in your face.
Brought to you by
So,
Thomas.
speaking of Bob Evans,
Yes.
he said, do you find that you can trigger the start of follicle development with a larger than usual meal?
100%, no doubt about it. Yes. That's how I usually get a lot of my first-time females. Say you come on, man.
Come on, man.
That's how I get a lot of my first-time females to actually go. Is I'll throw them a large meal, let them digest it, throw them another large meal, and about a day or two after, while they're still digesting that, throw that male in there, and that's really when I see a lot of good locks.
Hey, Matt Summers Reptiles. What's up, man?
What's happening?
Zach Miller said, wait, he's not Garrett. He's just figuring it out.
Zach.
Yeah, he thought Garrett shaved his head.
Yeah, Garrett, we ran into some technical difficulties
Garrett had
at
to get a
Tinley.
haircut.
otherwise known as, what was it called?
Well, tune in to, it's going to be on what, this week's
Yeah,
video?
so we're gonna put a recap video. You guys will find out basically.
Why, Garrett?
It's not a recap
here.
video. Yeah, exactly. It'll be a cool video and like behind the scenes, kind of how to vend a reptile show if you're new to that. But
I like watching Thomas.
you like it? It's like a half-second delayed, so it's like you get to watch yourself do something and be like, how did that look? Exactly. Anyway,
This is going to be structured really serious.
Oh,
We're
okay.
gonna have to separate the two of you.
Bob Evans says he saw the cow-toe feeding video with the pigs.
Oh, yeah. We did that.
That was pretty cool.
That was fun. You want to do it again?
I have to ask my dad.
All right, let me know. I guess I'll ask mine.
Oh boy! All right.
Ryan
What's
Hood again asked, can you discuss temperature ranges for retails?
Temperature ranges. You want a nice little range. They'll thermoregulate when they're digesting their food, so you want a good variant in between the front and the back. What we do here is we do somewhere around 88, 89. You really don't want to go above 90 on the hot side, and then ideal is about 77, 76 on the cool side, and that gives you a nice little gradient where they can hit the hot side when they're digesting or hit the cold side when they're not.
I think Garrett mentioned recently that we've had some people ask about, I think during the summer the temperature changes a little bit and they don't know to change their temperature. It affects the cage temperature, so
like
they
the
end up
ambient
with
temperature,
a
yeah.
lot of pushing.
So like if you have it upstairs in your house or your apartment or condo or whatever, and you got the air going, say you live in Arizona and that AC is just blasting and you're keeping the house at like 68, 70 degrees or something, you definitely want to keep an eye on your temps because it can definitely fluctuate. Now, as long as it's not a huge fluctuation, you should be okay. Like if your AC breaks or your furnace breaks in the winter, one of those things, that's when you're going to have a huge flux. Only because the thermostat can only control it so much. Does that make sense, or did I just make that up?
No, it makes sense. A
Okay.
little of both.
If you have something happening, you definitely want to look at your temps. The best thing I could tell you is that first year that you have your setup in a certain room or whatever, just monitor your temps once every 2 weeks, once a week, once a month, whatever you feel like, and make sure that you're keeping it in that safe zone.
Duran likes your guys' logo.
What's
I
our
know, I was reading it, Jess.
The-
Thank you.
Read it for
I'm
everybody.
sorry. I don't want to interrupt Rob. He was on such a nice.
It's not very often I'm serious, man.
I know.
And that was a pretty long stretch.
That was
long
really.
stretch.
I think that was a
Yeah,
record.
Duran. We basically I just took the Tonight Show logo and put our names on it, made it orange. Yeah, branding.
Dude, I so want to
No,
see
I-
me over there.
Ready?
Oh.
Stephen Rain says, help a guy out with some info on breeding size and wait for female mainland.
Oh, you wouldn't know anything about that, Rob.
Mainlands. Ugh, I don't know a lot about mainlands. Actually, I do. I typically have had only 1 or 2 mainland females not breed at 3 years. I have heard a lot of stories of people having them 7, 8, 10 years and still not breeding or whatnot. But my personal experience is, for the most part, 95% of my females, mainland females, have bred at 3 years. I think if you know this channel, you know me, you know I feed a little heavy because I come from a mainland background. So typically a mainland for me, I would have from a hatchling for the first year, I'd have them in that 7 to 9 range. The second year, I'd have them in that 12 to 13 range. And by the third year, they would probably just maintain that, and that's when I would breed them. If I had to guess on the weight, I would say they'd be in between like 40 and 50 pounds, and like I said, in that like 13, 14, 13 plus foot range. I have seen females go a lot smaller. I have seen them go a lot bigger. It just kind of a baseline would be that, I would assume.
Zach, yes. That's
Zach
correct.
Miller.
Guy on the right stole all the hair from the guy on the left.
I told you should have
I had short hair.
photoshopped your
I had
hair
short-
onto him.
Yeah, you didn't want me putting effort into it. So. Hey, yeah, I mean, shoot, I had short hair yesterday, long hair today. Figure that one out.
That's crazy.
I don't know. What's it like?
I really enjoy this hair in the summertime.
Sweet. We can like stay like this now. I don't have to like, give it back.
I could use some of it.
We'll hash that out later. Do you believe in giving snakes calcium with vitamin D3?
No. As far as giving a supplement of calcium or vitamin D, I don't do either of those. What I will typically do is feed something that has more calcium in it for my females, especially right before breeding season. Right before breeding season, I'm feeding pigs. Pig has the densest bone out of the feeder animals that I feed or can feed, so I prefer the pigs. I have had my biggest female, Karma. She laid 69 eggs, and some of them had windows because she just didn't have enough calcium in her. That was right when I found pigs and was getting a good deal on the pigs. Since then, she hasn't laid for me, but I haven't bred her. But the pigs is what I believe is the best thing for that. For your females, right before breeding.
What about Zach Miller, a good beginner locale, or does it mean locality? Or are they the same
Locale's a locality, yeah.
thing? Okay, I just wanted to check.
Zach, a good beginner locality as far as Superdwarfs, dwarfs, mainlands, berms, rocks, balls, corns. I would assume
Trying to
retics.
name all the ones you know.
Yeah.
We'll let him answer. In the meantime, Ryan also said, from a business standpoint, what are some questions that first-time buyers should ask but often don't?
That's a good one. I would say affordability is probably the big thing. I think a lot of people see these, 2-foot babies and they're just like, oh yeah, cool. And then, like if it's a mainland, like I said, in that first year, you can get them. I mean, if you really push them, you can get up to 10 feet. I try not to push any snake like that, but that's a big change in 12 months. You go from something that's 24 inches long up to 10 feet. I mean, you're looking at major food costs, upgraded cages at least probably twice, and everything that goes with it, the amount of heat, everything. It gets quite expensive. And I don't think a lot of people understand exactly what that's like. And for the most part, these snakes are going to live 15, 20, 25 years. So I think that's one thing that people don't really understand is how much it really costs to feed and care for this snake for its entire life. And that's one of the big reasons why I got out of the mainlands and went more with the super dwarves, is because it's way better on the wallet as far as that's concerned.
All right. Chris L19, how far can you make it through a hatchling rack before getting peed on?
I can usually get further with pee than before I get peed than I get bit. I usually get bit the first snake. Pee usually happens third or fourth.
What's your longest streak?
Of not getting bit?
And peed on.
I've never made it a whole day without one of those two things.
How many tubs would that be, if you had to guess?
Well, we did the math, and we thought we averaged out at like 36 bites a week. I don't know how many pee times I get.
So you'd probably
like
like
it was
20,
like 7
15.
or 8 today.
So it's like maybe like 20 times you get peed on a week.
I would say something like that. Yeah.
Imagine Garrett tunes in right now and you're just like,
how many
times you get peed on? Cody Shepard says, I got my mail today. So beautiful.
Wait, what's Duran say there?
Rob,
Rob,
with your heavier feeding. Sorry, Jess, go ahead. No, Jess, you're here.
That's
You
okay.
shoot
It's-
too.
it's-
Rob,
Fight it out.
It's
Fight.
it's not my job or anything.
Yeah,
It's
we-
fine.
Weapons are allowed. Here's a knife.
Rob, with your heavier feeding, do you notice variable growth rates within the same clutch, or do the babies in the same clutch all grow about the same? You should grab Logo.
You want me to grab Logan? Why don't you grab Logan?
Because I'm not comfortable guiding snakes out of tubs, and you know that.
Why are you on this show?
I don't even know I'm here, Rob. I just like stepped off a plane and suddenly I'm here. I think I got kidnapped.
I would kidnap you.
We're gonna get demonetized.
We're gonna get demonetized for that.
I don't know.
All right, so yes and no. If you have a runt in that clutch, obviously you're definitely going to see a difference in the growth rate. But if you would just take two random snakes out of the same clutch, you give them the same amount of food in the same tubs, so on and so forth, you're not going to see much of a variance. You know, the genetics in that snake are what they are for a reason, and I think that has a lot to do with dictating the size and health and whatnot of the snake. So I don't think you'll see a big variance.
It just was just telling me today because I was like, "This is Logo." Like I hadn't seen him in a while.
Yeah, this is.
So I was like, "Holy cow!" Do we have
One
any
of his
siblings?
I don't think we do.
Oh, really?
I think we sold them all.
Okay.
It's an only child now.
It's an only child. Carbon fiber was a sib,
Yeah.
but we don't have carbon fiber
Yeah,
anymore.
No.
No,
If
that's
anybody
the cow.
knows who got
That's
carbon
totally
fiber
different,
and wants
yeah.
to send in a picture.
Send it.
Okay. Hey, also if you want to see Rob dance, go ahead and super chat. It's not like we're,
Thomas takes
we're
the
not-
first dance.
we're not begging for money or anything, but
What
just
else
let
we
you
got?
up to an
Yeah, we
option.
should have a contest. See if we can get more super chats than Garrett can.
I like that idea. Okay.
Or
We're just being too nice to the people like
Then-
watching this. We're just answering all their questions so they don't have to pay money. Garrett's like
I'm totally okay with
Garrett
that.
has like just filters out everybody who doesn't pay money. It's like I won't talk to them.
I'm not answering that question. Super chat it. That's ignorant.
How about okay? So one of our patrons, Danielle Souza, says, "Any tips on taming or dealing with cage aggression?"
You get what you put into these things. If you handle a lot and you handle it in a way like I just grab them. I'm gonna do what I want to do with this snake, and this snake's just gonna deal with it because I'm the boss, right? And the more I handle this snake and just touch its head and play with its eyes and whatnot and move its mouth around, the less it's gonna be head shy, and you're gonna be able to do that kind of stuff. Logo's a great example because we all have worked with Logo. We've all held Logo a bunch of times. You guys all know who Logo is. He gets plenty of outside of the cage time. And he's super cool because when he was a baby, this is what we did. We just played with his head. We put him in awkward positions. We put him upside down, moved him around, held his head inside our hands. Just doing that kind of stuff is definitely going to be rewarding in the long run for all your snakes. It's something that I practice all the time. I do it with everything. I used to be like real like, oh man, this is a really beautiful snake. Oh, I like it. And then I realized I was getting bit a lot. So then I just started grabbing them and playing with them and holding them, giving them hugs and kisses and smelling them. I love them. So just do what you want to do with them and they'll adapt. They're smart animals.
See, he's
I
chilling.
hope that answered.
That was a very visual demonstration.
Maybe. Yeah. That's how you get them. They're always going to be a little bit of a cage situation where they're in the cage, and first time you open that door, they could lunge out. They could bite you. They could do a bunch of different things that looks like aggression when they're in that cage.
So she was specifically asking about in the cage. She said it's their mainland, and he is fine outside his house, not head shy, is hook trained. He's only angry until they pull them out.
That's typical retic. You could try. A lot of people have done some training where you can. It's like you're training a seal or something. where-
Lisa's in here.
Please.
Justin said, "You're not the boss if number 1 or number 2 is around." Mr. Rush said, "You got that right."
So, what you could do is you could get like a piece of pink paper and a piece of white paper and a clicker or something, or make a noise, and you could sit there and you could show the snake in the cage. You could show it the red paper, click the clicker, make the noise 3 times or whatever, slide it open and feed it. And then when you go to handle it, show it the white paper, click the clicker once, and then go in and hook train it. These things are smart. They'll pick up on that after a while. That would be my suggestion. Try that, and definitely let us know how it works, or if you have any questions or whatever, shout out to us. Let us know how you're doing with it and if it is working or whatnot.
Ginger says, "I don't feel weird about smelling snakes now."
You're You're welcome.
Glad it
I've
made
never
you feel
felt weird
more
about it.
Ginger, he smells all of
Garrett
them.
doesn't. Garrett. Rob doesn't feel weird about a lot of things.
No.
There's a lot of things I should feel weird about that I don't.
Oh boy. Any more questions, Jess?
I'm looking. I
These are
think that's
mainly
all.
females.
Somebody wanted to see a tiger and a super tiger. Where they moved to.
Is he in the chat though? Is
I
he
just-
gonna be here?
I just reorganized all the babies.
Like, Lawrence
So they're
Jr.
kind of like a little bit everywhere.
Yeah. Look, you wanna grab it?
Yeah. Thomas, you wanna
Thomas, take
take
over.
over? Take over, Thomas.
Alright guys, what do you want to talk about? I'm here. You got my full attention for about 3 minutes.
Oh,
Depending on how many
Thomas
lives.
has some news. Don't you have some news?
I'm pregnant.
looking at-
No, wait, that's not it.
No, didn't you make a big life change? a couple days ago?
Yeah, actually. Oh, yeah, you're gonna be maybe seeing me around. Whoa, wow, this disappeared. You're gonna be seeing me a little bit more often because I actually live in Pittsburgh now.
He
As of
moved to
last week.
Pittsburgh.
I know that's super exciting and it's life changing for most of you here. So, but on a real note, it really does mean we can put a lot more like time and attention into our videos. So we're very excited about that, and I'm very excited to
Yeah, I think it's gonna make.
be
a
at
big
least like hanging around these
difference.
guys. Like these guys are a lot of fun, and so it'll be fun to be here more often. Favorite morph, Thomas? See, there's only a couple morphs that I actually could recognize, but I like Tiger and I like Phantom because those were the most fun to shoot with when we made a video about
Those
it.
are usually the first ones you learn, is the ones that you.
Like the most.
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess I like Phantom and Tiger the
I
most.
had Rob pointed
Okay,
that
shake
out
that.
when I first started here, and I kept saying, "Ooh, I like that one." He's like, "You like tigers."
So Ginger
Yeah.
Ginger said, Thomas, have you picked out your snake yet? Kind of. I don't know if you saw the video with Garrett where he got his Anery Crampa. And in that video,
James.
yes, so there is a snake sort of named after me, because there's no way I could ever possibly like claim anything over an Anery Crampa. So Garrett gave me the consolation of naming it, and I didn't want it to be Thomas because like that's just too obvious. So I named it James. So James the Anery Crampa is my middle name. Well, not James the Anery Crampa, but you get it. Elijah, why are you looking at me like that? His name's James.
Is your name
Bill,
James
Sean
or
Penn
Rob?
from Fast Times Original. I hope you haven't been talking to
This is James.
Mike. So I got that actually at I got that at
Oh,
Schomburg.
James.
Some guy, Mike's Monitors, told me I looked like Spicoli, and now he started calling me Spicoli. So you're not the first one. Yeah, this is James. Wait, is this a
He's
male,
super
right?
cool.
I
Yes.
was gonna say. Yeah, very chill. We're very much on the same wavelength. Bob Evans, dude. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, so Ginger, to answer your question, I haven't technically picked out a snake, but this is probably the closest it's gonna get to actually picking out my own snake.
But you'll be able to see him all the time now.
That's true. That's true. It's a little in blue right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't look the greatest.
Unless it's an Anery.
Good.
Tiger, super tiger?
Yeah. Somebody wanted to see
Alright.
those.
Tiger.
Oh,
Whoa.
Jess broke the live stream.
You were messing with it.
Live stream.
How do you?
You just
Right
tighten
here.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is just your classic normal tiger. I would point stuff out, but my other hand is busy.
Here, I'll point at something and you talk about it.
Just point at random things.
And this is the super tiger. The super tigers, you're going to see a lot of variance in them. Some of them are completely striped out. Some of them have a little bit of the back pattern. The rosettes bleed in. Some of them, the rosettes don't bleed. The heads are really what I wanted to show you. But this
Color
might be
difference is
difficult.
interesting.
Yeah. So a lot of people said that the tigers or the super tigers usually have 4 dots on their head. No dots. They also say they have a bent tongue. Stick your tongue out. Stick your tongue. Ah, there you go. I don't know if you can see these guys' tongues. Dueling tongues.
We got a super chat. Who's dancing?
Right,
Super chat. Go ahead. I gotta put these away.
Oh man. I'm not a professional dancer or anything. Brandon Simpson, how's the cow doing? Isn't it up there?
Yep.
How is the cow doing? You want to tell it how it's doing?
Rob.
Well, there's the cow. I don't know what it's doing. It looks insane though. It's got a couple more spots from when I saw it last time, but what's up? Yeah, I'll just point the camera at it. You guys can. What's up, Logo? Hey Rob, how is Logo doing?
Logo's doing great.
Or not Logo. The cow.
Cow's doing good. What do we know about the cow?
We don't know a lot about
No.
a little, yeah. I mean, she looks much better.
Here, we can set it up back here.
She's getting lots more spots.
Lots and lots of spots. She's a good girl.
I think he showed her before, right?
I have no idea.
I think so. She's doing much better.
She's doing much better.
She's eating, right?
Yes. We're going to feed her again tomorrow, but she has taken a couple of meals now. It looks like things are a lot better in the areas that she was having problems. And we're really not too sure what those problems were. We thought that maybe it was like when she was strangling some prey, that she might have dislocated or broke some ribs or something.
Super chat.
That's a weird time to super chat.
Spencer Van says, will the new facility be open to snake buyers? It went away. Hold on. It'll
Yes.
pop up on the screen.
Yes.
Yes, it will. That's my super chat. Jess?
No.
That's just a super chat.
All right, Elijah wants to. Well, we'll save it for next time. We'll save it for next super. You gotta need another one for Elijah. Where's it at?
Yeah, the new facility is going to have a store.
It will have a retail front, yeah.
Yeah, so we welcome everybody to come out, check it out. See what we got. Enjoy the place. We're going to have a nice big cage for Karma. We're going to have lots of room to have a lot more snakes, so maybe we will. What else we got?
I ran over Jess for a second.
You ran over Jess?
I thought I ran over a tail, but it just gets stuck. Drive-through rodent sales? Man, shit.
So
You'd have to ask Garrett about that one.
yeah, there is. We do plan on selling rodents, and we do plan on. We have
Eventually, not right
we have a drive-through window, but I don't know that we're going to use it.
Those two ideas are not combining.
Yeah, there's two separate things there. We may not really combine those.
But if someone has like
I want
30 seconds to swing by and grab their snake, might be using the drive-through window.
use a drive-through. Better than McDonald's.
Oh, did you see Raptor Reptiles? Rob and I are going to start a game-changing company mixing Reacher Reptiles and Raptor on Reptiles and be Reacher Reptiles. You're close to his actual nickname.
Yeah.
Which may or may not. Well, I don't know if you've told the.
I love that one, Bradley.
We may keep that one on the Patreon only. Because Garrett told us to keep it kosher.
My nickname's Reach and Rob.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to infer about Reach and Rob. Anyway.
Jess, can you get a
Raptor.
dictionary? Look at it. I don't want to be in the dark on that one.
No, it's more the combination of the words. You got the definitions right.
Oh,
Anyway,
I got it.
non-original lyric.
What is that?
Do you have any more questions?
No, that's all our questions.
Alright, guys, you gotta ask these questions or else this live stream is gonna get stale real quick.
I noticed it just looked like I
Okay,
was
smash
reading.
the like button.
It looked like I was reading, but I,
I wouldn't
can't read.
believe it.
So it was just like me going.
He's got an earpiece in there.
He's got an earpiece.
Other
Bill.
than rats, this is Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Other than rats, what kind of prey do you like feeding young snakes?
Everything. Rats, mice, African soft fur, quail, day-old chicks, bunny kits, anything and everything. Another good thing is to go to, what is it, boy, it's escaping me the name of it. They make the sausages that have all the different stuff. You can get rabbit, quail, frog, lizard.
Not the reptile one.
Reptile, that's it.
Okay.
Get some of that. The more diverse, the better. I feel, I wouldn't want to eat. One of my favorite meals is tacos, but I wouldn't want to eat tacos every day for the rest of my life.
Yeah. I mean, we especially do the babies a variety just because we don't know
Yeah,
the home they're going to that makes them easier to transition.
correct.
Thanks, Bob.
Good question, though, Bob.
Super chat! Oh, you stole Elijah's dance.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Elijah didn't even raise his hand.
Now you gotta wait.
Next
You're
time.
fired.
I know. Well, technically, if you see the paperwork, I'm technically hired yet. It's all blank.
It's all right, man. I'll sign it.
Show this one.
I've been
Garrett's-
asking you for that
Okay.
paperwork.
Hey, you know what?
So
Duran
many Garretts.
said, show some of Garrett's or your favorite holdbacks from this season.
Okay, okay.
Can we go in there with you?
Yes,
Oh,
you
we light
can.
now. Here, I got it.
Good. We just can't stand not being behind it.
I know. I like being behind cameras.
One of my favorite holdbacks. Well, let's see here. From this season, I mean, I could just
So
say,
Bob says now to the good part.
What about the Manu?
maybe it's because I produced it. Although I did produce a lot of the ones from this year. But this is one of the Coyote Sunfires. Poss head anery. And I think this is just an amazing sunfire. The oranges and I'm thinking this is gonna prove out head anery. See how green hue that has? An orangish green hue. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Super chat. Elijah, where you at?
Get it? Elijah?
Yeah?
Super chat dance. Oh my gosh.
I'm good.
I'm good.
What was the super
Oh boy.
Oh, here was another one over here.
Okay. Did Garrett plan on haircut hosts that bracket him longer and shorter? Hi, Rob.
chat?
Amy B says that.
Oh.
The camera.
See the light towards the camera?
Are you going over?
I'm going over here. There's some Karumpa marble.
Lisa says Elijah has the best super chat dance. The rest of you need some work.
So these are a Karumpa marble cross. And these are some of the nicest looking super dwarfs I have ever seen. That Karumpa influence in them. And it's not just the pattern that it influenced. One of the things that I really like about the Karumpas is they're not bitey and they eat almost right out of the egg. These things are like amazing little super dwarfs.
And they're so small and cute.
Yeah, this is just a 50% Karumpa. And I'll tell you what, this little guy eats like there's no tomorrow. Well behaved. I don't think this one's bit me yet. We'll try to see if it will right now. But I don't think it will. Nope. And that's what I mean by how I handle them. I handle them. If you've gotten a snake from here recently, since I've been here, it goes through this with me on a weekly basis, just because I like to make sure that these things aren't going to be biting everybody. And
That is a question we get often when people are
is how
buying a
often
snake, is their temperament and stuff.
Yeah, I try to desensitize them as much as possible. If you're ever in the area and you come out and you come over to my place, you can see some of my snakes. They are just super chill.
Hey, no self promo.
Oh. And that's what I try to do here since I've started here, is just chill all the snakes out. No more promo.
Nick Rotola's a question from our Patreon about how long would you recommend letting my new SE get acclimated to his new enclosure before starting to take him out and getting him used to handling?
So the way I usually do it is as soon as I get that snake, I'll hook myself in the back, and then the first day I get that snake, I'm going to try to feed it. Just because
Oh boy.
that's just the way I've always done it. It's the way I
Super
will
chat
always do it.
from Amy B. Riverdance and maybe some more snakes.
On a snake.
Riverdance.
Congratulations on the move. Thanks,
You
Amy.
have to do Riverdance. I don't know how.
That's
Oh,
like,
how does it-
it's like tap
Do it.
dancing.
You know what? That's not it. That's a little closer. What was this?
Good job, Rob.
Thanks.
She said Riverdance and maybe some more snakes. Congrats on the move. Well, what snakes do you want to see, Amy?
Can you grab that Tanya out? Because that was one he wanted to show last time. When, I forget who. Somebody asked him about what tigers he would put together.
This is the best tiger ever produced. I may be a little biased. This is a 50% Kalatoa, 50% Madu tiger.
Oh, we got another
Another
super chat. So I'm patiently waiting on my Reach Dreams little guy. Any chance of seeing him? Marshall Platts.
I'll grab him.
Okay. Let's bring this light so it's a little easier.
Ouch. That was my eyeball.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ta-da! Let me go over here where it's really warm. See, I just fed all these guys today, but man, I tell you what, when some of these things fire up, oh yeah, this is a Caramba. You're worried that they're gonna bite, but they don't. This is a 1-year-old, 1.5-year-old Caramba. Look at that thing just shine. One of my favorite snakes. Now, this thing just ate a weanling rat. I don't know if you can see the lump. Just ate a weanling rat. The whole room smells like rat and pig. And this little girl is super chill. Super chill. My hands smell like rats and pigs and stuff because I've been feeding and cleaning today. So I give you an idea of just how awesome these little tiny little guys are. Pretty cool, huh? It's such a pleasure to work with them. I'd like to say the same about Thomas, but I don't know yet.
Oh, ruthless. I mean, fair point, though. Do we have a Marshall Platts snake?
I'm looking. I don't know.
No.
So like this is like not the way you're supposed to do this. Industry standard rules or whatever. You're supposed to use a hook. You're supposed to tap them. I highly recommend that. As for me, I don't, because I clean all of this and I don't have time. So I'm willing to take a bite just because I need to get moving, clean the snake, and move on. Examine them, clean them, water them, and feed them and whatnot. This is Blue Steel. This is a Krispy Kreme that we made.
That was a nice one.
It's an Anery Sunfire, and it's just got the best back pattern. They all got the best pattern. They all got the best everything. But this guy's pretty cool. We're gonna try to get him to some ladies this year, but we'll see how it goes. Right now, he's just a little bit undersized what I'd like him to be, but he could probably get there before we really start pairing a lot of our females this year. That's this guy.
Super chat, Rob.
Oh, maniac.
Oh, this
Whoa, I think, did Garrett hop in here? You
What does
have
it
the
say?
best pattern.
I have the best pattern. Whose is this one?
Marshall Platt.
Okay, Tanner,
Platts.
do you say
I don't know if you
Simonson?
can tell, Marshall, but
We'll get to that in a sec.
we
Yeah,
fed
show
today.
us.
We're eating.
He's got a big belly.
We hit the 6 meals, so I'm gonna let him digest, make sure everything's okay.
He's a cute little guy.
Beautiful, beautiful pattern.
It says nice. All caps, 2 exclamation marks.
What was the super?
Garrett says he's just outside Chicago. Well,
Nice. We're
hope
just
you
inside.
survived the Chicago traffic
Thanks
because
for
it was.
texting me back, Garrett.
Yeah. I don't even have my phone.
Okay, Tanner.
All right, what do you got?
Tanner Simonson says, "Do the snakes ever reach a point where they get tamed down permanently, or should you regularly pet their heads to maintain a tame snake?"
Well, that's a good
Basically, like
question.
behavior maintenance.
So I'll start that off by saying I don't know. I always pet their heads. It's something I always do. I don't know why. It's just something. Even the ones that are head shy, I glutton for punishment. I like to get bit, so I touch their heads. I haven't, with the snakes that I have had since babies and have raised up, I haven't noticed any kind of like severe head shies. Only because, like I've been showing you and been saying a little bit in this video, I just constantly mess with them. So I'm sorry, I'm not the best person to ask, I guess. Thanks for
But
the
that's
question.
probably good advice. It just
Mess with them all the time. Play with their tails, play with their heads.
yeah.
Those are the two sensitive areas of a snake.
Ginger says, "What size do you prefer males and females to start breeding?"
Males, I really want a male to be at least 2 years. 18 months, it can happen, but 2 years is really where you want to be. As far as like length and weight, I typically don't look at that. What I look at is the body. Does it look like it has a healthy body? And that kind of comes with experience. If you're really unsure, they have a way to hit us up on ClickUp, right? Or what is that?
email.
Email.
Something?
Yeah, what
I
was that
wasn't paying
form that we everybody asks questions and stuff? I have it on my phone. It's the little blue guy with the 2 eyes.
Oh, Discord. That's
Discord?
for Patreon members.
Oh, just get on Patreon and ask us on Discord.
You already
What
hear.
are you talking about? With the little eyes?
That was a great description. Hey, she knew what you were talking about. Should we bring him in? Should we bring him in that lighting?
We've been working together for a year.
We no longer need
Still working on the
words.
chemistry.
We don't need words.
Here, let's take him in there. I think the lighting looks better in
I
there.
think the temperature's a lot cooler.
Yeah. This is Manny's. You
Whose?
just wanted to see it, Manny.
Manny,
Manny, she is just about ready to come home too.
we may have a
so
lump.
We'll be emailing you.
There may be a food lump. Yeah, this one's an adorable little purple.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
it's nice. I like how it varies from front to back.
Yeah, almost gives it like 2 different snakes.
Yeah, I like that too.
Super light in the back end. Very nice. Very, very nice. You ever see somebody put a snake away?
Ginger said, "What size do you prefer males and females to be for breeding?"
Didn't we cover that?
That was mainland.
Oh,
Did
these
you-
are going to be for the super dwarfs? Well, like I said, I don't really have a size on the males. I don't really have a size on the females. They need to be a good body weight and of age. Typically what I would do is if I have my 3-year-old female and I have anywhere from an 18-month to a 2-year-old male, that season I'll do some intros. And as far as an intro is concerned, I make sure it's not on a feeding day. I make sure it's not before or after a feeding day. There's no smell of rodents in the room. And I will do an hour to 2 hours, put the male in with the female and see what happens. Sometimes that lasts 30 seconds. You got to pull that male out. Sometimes you get the full 2 hours, but I'm not trying to breed them at that point. I'm just doing intros to get the 2 snakes familiar with each other. If neither of them have ever bred before, it's kind of like trying to get a hatchling baby to eat for the first time. Sometimes there's a little awkwardness. Sometimes they don't know exactly what they're doing. And sometimes they're just not ready. As far as dwarfs and super dwarfs, there's some super dwarfs that are, 6, 7, 8 years old and still haven't bred. it's just a matter of timing and
Do you
getting them
have-
to go right.
Ones that just don't ever get to the point of getting along? Like a breeding that you were planning on doing and they have other plans?
Yeah, so there's some tricks to that.
I mean, how many introductions would you give up? Or do you just keep
if I
trying a
see an
little at a time?
instantaneous, she's urinating on him, wagging her tail real hard, and she starts to get defensive, I'll pull him right away. I'll let that go. I don't know. I'd do it 6-7 times before saying, okay, maybe I shouldn't do this breeding, or,
Wrapped Around Reptiles says, Rob, how are your crested geckos doing?
Cresties are awesome. Go Cresty.
Do you see any cool ones at Schaumburg?
I didn't really walk around too much at Sean.
Oh, really?
I did a little bit, but just to kind of say hi to some people and
What's
stuff.
your favorite thing you saw at the show?
Me.
You saw the reflection of himself and was
Saw the
like,
reflection, I was like, that guy's awesome.
I'm gonna go up and talk to him. Oh wait.
Oh. How you doing?
And the house snakes. Love the house snakes.
Oh,
What
yes.
house snakes?
House snakes rule.
These house snakes.
What? Who is that? What is that? Tell us what this is.
It's secrets. There's secrets.
Okay,
Hey, we're just trying to get you as much airtime for your fans.
I don't have any fans. I need
Oh,
no
yeah.
airtime.
This is my biggest fan.
Look at
Dude,
It's a
this
small
one
little
that shows us.
Oh, yeah.
So Rob,
Oh,
you
yeah,
hold
you're
it.
supposed
Rob,
to
you
show
hold it, because Jess doesn't want airtime.
Oh.
Yes.
No, you hold the thing. Yeah.
There we go.
Does it
Just like
bite?
that.
Thomas is learning.
Thomas,
is
just got my
learning.
thumb in there, man. This is a
That
bug
was
eye.
the bug eye one, yeah.
Little bug eye.
I love his little lines through his
His
eyeballs.
little lines.
Steve Livingston says, I'm a huge fan of Jess. We'll let her know.
Ah.
See, Jess, you have fans. Yeah, these guys are cool. I really like these guys. They are super, super tame. I've been working with them for over a year now. I've been bit once.
Phil Thompson is a huge fan of your tights, Rob.
Yes.
And Garrett said, did Rob tell his auction donation story yet?
I have
Oh,
not.
we need that
Let's
story.
let's move into that then.
So, I took the tights to a new level.
There will also be clips.
No. We gotta
right?
set this up. You need to tell the story.
I'm not a good storyteller.
It's
of
all right.
stories.
Just tell them what happened.
What happened, Rob?
So that when you go to Tinley or Schaumburg at this for this certain one, on Saturday nights they do an auction. If you've ever been there, it's a pretty wild and crazy.
Yeah, you
time.
should have been there.
Should have been there.
Why do you even have to know this story? You should have been there to see it happen. Just saying.
Yeah, what he said. So during the auction, it was brought to my attention that I should put the tights on and see how much money we can get. So after some convincing,
Vigorous. Oh, I was gonna say.
my
vigorous
wife
bidding.
is not a fan of snakes.
Whose idea was this for you to wear them?
I believe it was Lisa's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa, my wife, is not a fan of snakes. I have produced.
She says an Italian
can't
product says
unsee
I
it.
can't unsee it. Steve Wilson said Brentwood.
You're welcome. So she's not a fan of snakes, hates snakes, never held a snake. All these snakes that I've produced over the many years of breeding, she's never held a single one. So she leaned over to me and said, hey, if you go do that, I'll hold a snake. And that's all it took. My biggest fear in the world is standing in front of a bunch of people and doing something like that or speaking or whatever. And I figured to get my wife to hold a snake, I'll do it.
And
So
you did great. Like you
I did?
Like I don't know how nervous you
Oh, I
were.
was super
But
nervous.
you couldn't see. You get like more comfortable looking when you get nervous. I feel like.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, "Oh, look at this guy, dude! What a freaking savage, dude!"
Well, I would like to say I try to live my life like a snake. I try to put myself in awkward positions just so that later on they're not awkward.
And fall asleep at any
And fall
point.
asleep at any point. I can do that. When we get there.
If you two were to start your own channel without Garrett, what would it focus on?
Nothing.
It would Yeah,
words.
I was gonna say it'd probably be comedy where we just put like we have someone in the middle, we just put them into a really awkward
So like
conversation.
instead of in between two ferns, it would
It'd
be
be-
in between two idiots.
Yeah, exactly. What I won't do to raise money for USARC. Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks, man.
Oh boy, Garrett's really pulling out the.
I like a cat dog. I like a cat dog.
Hey, that wasn't supposed to air.
That's not supposed to air. I wasn't the only one that wore those tights that night.
And that Lily was asking about a Phantom girl.
Is there a Phantom girls here?
Yes, she had a nice sized meal today.
Okay. Maybe later go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you just seen us pull a bunch of snakes that had
Ask
meals,
us next time, Hannah.
but we can do it. We can do it in the next video.
We good? I think that's all our questions.
I mean,
What's
she.
a little flatter?
Did you not get that part?
I didn't notice that. I mean,
To be
I
fair,
know me.
I mean, I don't know if I filmed Brent at all, but I definitely filmed
Yeah,
you. It may be Patreon only content.
So to understand
What I'm
it
saying.
in a PG environment, I filled this pants out. Not everybody did. I think that's as PG as you can get with saying that. Did my little guy eat?
David Ream.
Who's David Ream's little guy? Do you know?
Rob, you're supposed to know everybody's snakes in their names. Come on, man. Slow down. So
400
Ginger
snakes.
says off subject, but do you have some prank stories from around the shop?
No, I'm a pretty serious guy, so I don't really prank anybody.
All right, I have only worked here for like a week, so I
What have you
can't.
done?
Nothing, but like you could tell them about what you do to Garrett regularly.
Oh, so what I like to do with Garrett is leave a tub out, an open tub, and take the snake out and put it somewhere else in the shop. And then when he comes in, he's like, "Where's that snake?" And I'm like, "What snake? Where did he go?" It gets his blood pressure up, and I get a little giggle out of it. But
Oh, I didn't realize you were gonna say that. I thought you were gonna say like how you hand Garrett things, you know, just hold them for like 20 minutes.
just put it in a different tub.
Who's
Sometimes
this?
it backfires, and I
This is
forget.
David Reams. He's good at
Did
reading.
he
Oh,
The
yeah.
guy. This is
Yeah, I should have ate today.
Annery Motley Golden Show.
Yeah, it seems about right.
It's stuck on me. And yes, David, he ate very well. We can actually
Garrett says
schedule
I hate
his
that.
shipping if you want to email
Garrett
us.
on
She
here.
did.
Look at his head.
I'm gonna put him back on.
Yes, she did hold a snake.
What
and
snake
it was
did she hold?
she held a platinum that I produced with my son
big
Platy
was it?
Jam. About the same size as that. It was a baby.
Yeah.
It was a baby.
So what you're saying is that you're a mainland
Who said that?
Phil Thompson.
Yes, I'm a mainland. I have 11-month-old.
Female Berm is always hungry. I'll feed her an appropriate sized meal, and she's ready to go again the next day. Is that normal?
Berms are gluttons. They will eat a lot.
You eat what you give them.
11-month-old. My question to you is, what are you feeding, and how long is she? How is Clutch 5 doing with eating?
Specifically, 210072.
Well, if Rob's feeding them,
That's
great.
the clutch that I produced at my house, and I'm pretty sure that clutch is doing really well. I'm not sure about that specific one, 72. I believe 72 is in good health and good shape and good eating.
I concur.
I remember a lot of them.
Rob knows his snakes
Just not all
intimately.
of them. Just not all of them.
Just the ones he produces.
Yeah. When you produce
But
it,
we
you
didn't say
feed
that.
it,
But
you
we
clean
didn't
it,
say
you start to get a little, you start to remember certain things about it.
that. Okay, so you answered that one.
All right, what do we got, guys? What else
Come on,
you wanna
guys,
know?
keep the chat moving. Or else we're gonna get stale.
We only have 7 more minutes.
This is a lesson.
Sunfire
Yeah,
female.
we're almost
Sunfire
out of time.
female. Oh, yeah. Rob, hold this gun.
You almost took it.
He almost took the snake. Who is this? This is the one out of my clutch?
This is Alessa's, yeah.
Garrett
Oh,
says
this
72 is
Doing
sold.
really good, Alessa.
72 is sold.
'Cause
Well,
Alessa bought it.
this is 72.
Yes.
Doing great. Doing great. It's like ready to go. It doesn't have
It
six.
actually is. She's about ready to go.
Yeah.
We had a bunch that just got to
Yeah, we did some serious feeding this week since
Yeah.
we came back from Tinley. Or
got
Schwanberg.
a
What
whole
is it?
list.
Schwarmenberg.
Schwanberg?
Schonberg.
Schonberg. And this is one of them that's took a couple meals today. Or took a meal today that's looking really good. Really good. That's a beautiful sunfire.
Yeah.
If I do say so myself.
Garrett says, want to show them our show pickup.
Yeah. I would love to.
Got excited.
Do you want to bring it out?
I'll bring it out.
Okay.
I don't mind holding this one.
Wait, is he talking about the one?
Yeah.
That one?
Dwayne.
Is it named Dwayne? Oh. Is it actually named Dwayne?
Oh.
That would be amazing.
It is now.
Hey, she said call it Dwayne.
This
Yeah. That's fine. Dwayne can fit on in.
this was our pickup at the show.
Schwarmenberg.
Yeah, this is what you'd
Is
call
it Rob?
a ball python. I mean,
Robert.
a rock, African rock python. And this little girl is amazing. She's only bit me once. Oh, baby, okay. Just once. And she's super cool. And she pees on me. But I absolutely love her. I love you. Yes, I do. And you just start playing with them at that age, too. You just grab them and mess with them. I don't care that you're an African rock. You're going to be cool as heck. How's that? Yes, Garrett bought it. I love it. I'm taking it home. Sorry, buddy. One of my all-time favorite
That's how
snakes.
the next berm you buy is gonna go.
Yeah.
Lisa says, my favorite Aiden moment. That's not a retake.
Yeah. Aiden opened a tub and was like, that's not a retake. Nope, it's not. Definitely not. Something you wouldn't think to see at Reach Out Reptiles booth is an African rock python, but man, is she pretty. I don't know if you guys
She
can
is.
see that, but man.
I like when Jess called it Dwayne because it made sense to me.
Dwayne.
He's like, which one?
Dwayne.
I didn't want to say the name out loud. I wanted to let you do it, but it made sense to me. I was like, that's a good
Yeah.
name.
This is it. See, this is the level that Rob and I are at. We don't have to
Yeah.
use
Alright,
sentences.
you know, it's been really nice to be here, guys. But apparently, it's just the Rob show featuring starring Rob
It is.
And Thomas.
and Jess's voice.
Hey man, I still love you. Pretty good. Yeah, African rock. Awesome, awesome steak. Super underrated. A lot of people think these things are junk or garbage or whatever, but man, I tell you what, I absolutely love them. They have personality of like a retic, but they look like a berm kind of. I mean,
Steven Livingston
Can't get
asking, Noah wants to know when the show video is coming out. He
This
keeps checking every day.
Friday. Hey,
It's
so
Friday.
we release videos every Friday, so sorry
Thursday
to
for
make you-
Patreon.
yes, hopefully.
Thursday for Patreon. That
No,
means
not hopefully.
if you're not a Patreon, sign up.
Unacceptable,
No,
Thomas.
we're working on it currently. So we're getting it out as soon as possible after Thursday.
There's lots of cool stuff.
No, it'll be Thursday for Patreon, Thursday for Patreon,
Thomas.
and then Friday for the rest of you guys.
That's tomorrow for
What
the rest
else
of the
are
world.
you?
No. Tomorrow's Thursday.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
So
Didn't
tomorrow for Patreon. The day
Yeah.
after for.
Are you gonna have their bonus material put
Patreon? together? That might.
Is it
Well,
gonna be
we're
a
gonna
separate
discuss
video,
that.
or is it gonna be an extended
It'll
version?
be extended versions then, because then they can just watch 2 videos. We're gonna have some bonus videos. and stuff. It might be. a
What
little
are you
extended.
doing?
I don't know. She's asking me some exposing questions.
Exposing?
I haven't even thought about everything.
Exposing? It's nothing like what I did.
True.
So there will be some sort of bonus material.
No,
on
but we
Patreon
had talked
from
about
the-
ideas, but we haven't like.
from the show.
Yes,
Okay.
there should be. Yes.
Possibly. There's a possibility that.
No, there will be, but we don't know what format they're going to be in. So I didn't want to claim that I know exactly what format they're going to be in. He was so excited to meet Garrett. Well, Garrett.
We'll let you know when you get back, Garrett.
No, you can let it. Apparently he's
in there.
texting.
He's
Garrett,
watching.
Apparently
read
he's
that one.
texting and driving, or he's parked somewhere.
He's
Hopefully.
totally parked, I'm sure.
Thomas
brings me
pointing
to-
all later.
Nobody should be texting and driving. It's illegal
Oh,
and
no
it
shot,
causes
Lisa.
accidents.
No
and
shot,
We should all be
Lisa.
safe.
Lisa, the video is almost done, right?
We're out of time, guys. Is there anything
No, we got
else you
1
wanted to
minute left.
say?
We got 1 minute.
1 minute.
I'm sorry. I'm used to Garrett. I have to tell him we're out of time like 30 minutes.
There's a big
before
clock
we
over your
end.
shoulder. There's a big clock over
There is a big clock over your shoulder.
Even Rob could read that.
We should
If I
get that
tell
for
him we're
Garrett.
out of time, it only takes him about 30 minutes to wind down.
Oh,
Oh, true. No, it takes us.
I'm already half wound down.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long.
Likewise, Steve. Likewise,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yep.
It was a good time. It was a great oldies. 3WS. You only get that if you're a Pittsburgh guy.
I'm not. I haven't been here long enough to be considered a Pittsburgh guy.
That was a radio station back in the day.
Nice. Well, 7 o'clock.
All right. Hey,
It's been nice.
it's been real.
Like some weird like
Dang.
silence filler. Okay.
Thanks
Whoa.
for being here. Hey, thanks for being here, guys.
What's that?
And if you're a Patreon member, we'll see you in just a second.
And if you're not, sign
Sign.
up.
Oh, I was gonna say it sucks.
Oh, it sucks.
No, it sucks to be you. You know. I was gonna say that Patreon.
No,
People
it's
content-
say that
cool to
to
be
Rob
me.
all the time.
All right. Well,
But it's mostly like, man, that sucks.
yeah, we're pretty washed up at this point.
We're
See
pretty
you
Goodbye.
later after the house.
Yeah.